Hafaday Guam, I'm Adriana Gatero, and this is The Greater Good. Today I am joined with, we have Jennifer Calvo, the president of the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation, and we also have Eli Monch, who, my boss over here, but in this situation, event co-chair. We have the 10th annual Guam is Good event coming up right around the corner, and it includes wine, food, and art. Very exciting. This will be my first time attending, but if you could give us just background information on what the event is.
Okay, the 10th annual Guam is Good Wine, Food, and Art Festival is the biggest fundraiser that we have for the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation. This is, a fun, great event that we have. We feature the best wines from Island Wines and Spirits. This year, Eli and I will talk a little bit more. We also have some craft beer that will be featured. We have the island's best restaurants that prepare not only food off of their menu, but special creations to be paired with the wine and the beer that's going to be served. And then the main showcase of the event is the artwork that's
this
created.
Artwork right here, right? Just kidding.
We'll
get to that too.
That's created by local celebrities like yourself, media personalities, business people. Basically, their artistic interpretation of our foundation slogan, which is Guam is Good.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're excited. This is a great event. Like I said, it's grown every year. This year, we'll be using both showrooms at the Cars Plus showroom IT, and we're excited about it.
So, can you tell us where the slogan Guam is Good came from?
Yes. Guam is Good. Well, first, we founded the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation after my grandfather passed away from cancer in 2004. So those were some of his final words to his mother, my great-grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, initially it represented his love for Guam, just kind of he actually passed away in California, but, his heart was obviously here.
Mm-hmm.
All of our families here. So we adopted that naturally as our slogan for the foundation.
So he said that in
Yes.
California,
Mm-hmm.
Guam is
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So since then, that's been our foundation slogan. This event, which we started, I think, 5 years after the inception of the foundation, just seemed natural to kind of adopt that as a theme.
Yeah.
I
I have chills. Even just hearing the background story with it, because it's 3 words, but so much. It's powerful.
Right.
Powerful message.
And I think what's special to us is that every year it's, it kind of represents something different. It's, with the artwork itself, obviously it lends itself to like so many interpretations. So with that being the theme of kind of the art, for this event, you get either like a scene or food, or it means something different to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So, and for us, of course, it always has special kind of like heartfelt significance because those are my grandfather's parting
Was he an
words.
artist at all, or how did art get factored in?
No, no.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. I was like, maybe.
He loves art for sure.
Uh-huh.
But I think what we did is we just took it to a different level where we wanted to get everyone's different interpretation of what they got from Guam is Good, from the saying. So, like you did. Right now I just feel like going to the beach. It's a beautiful painting, so definitely want to go to the beach and.
So this will be there at the event. I'm not much of an artist, but it is titled Sunset to Moonrise. Sorry, Sunset to Moonrise. But whenever because you had asked me to do the artwork, and like I said, I'm not much of an artist, but I love charity and helping out in any way possible. So for me, whenever I first moved here 2 years ago to the Mariana Islands, my very first day, I saw the sun setting and moon rising, and I've never seen that in my life.
And that's where you got this.
And I freaked
That's
out.
pretty cool.
And everyone on the island was like, this is
every
normal.
day,
Like,
right?
what's going on? I'm like, you guys, the sun's setting, the moon's
exactly.
rising. I don't know which way to look.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then when I got to Guam, like 9 months ago, I saw it here too. And I was
Yeah.
like, so you know what? And it's like, it's something that makes me smile.
Yeah.
So that's why
That's
I
good.
was like, Guam's good too. Because you guys know I love saipan.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, it's here too. I just feel it. So
Yeah.
still, every single day when I see it, I still freak out. I'm like, and I don't know which way to look. So this is my interpretation of Guam is Good. And then these shells I've actually picked out throughout all the Mariana Islands since I've been here 2 years ago. So I had them and I was like, I can paint a little bit, but I figured it'd add some texture to it for sure.
3-dimensional look to it.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad we got that on record. You complimenting my artwork here.
You have a bidder for your piece.
So how many artists typically participate?
Typically we have between like 15 and 20.
Okay.
And like I said, that's either business people, like celebrities, athletes, just people, in the community that aren't typically artists. But, in the initial reaction, I think, your response was similar. Was like, oh, I'm not an artist. Like, But people always seem to have fun with it, and we're always so grateful just for their contribution of like time and energy and creativity and just putting themselves out there for this cause. And it's a fun event. It's, you know, no pressure. It's, you know, it's a really great night, and the auction gets really competitive. I think, you know,
Does it?
yeah, the
It
last
does.
few minutes, like
It
you kind of
does.
have to box out and get your
It
pen
does,
ready
yeah.
because it's,
Really?
people, you know, get really into it.
Yeah.
It's,
So people
it's fun.
actually will bid on this?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm already so excited. So where do the proceeds go to then? It goes all to the foundation, correct? And then
Yes.
is it for grants or how do you guys?
Yes, so the main service that we provide as the foundation is our financial assistance program. So we've been doing that since, you know, our inception in 2004. Since, you know, this is kind of something we're proud of, because I think we initially we started the foundation just kind of urgently after my grandfather passed away, trying to, you know, find some way to continue on his like legacy of generosity and just his love for Guam. So we decided to do the financial assistance program that helps people with any expenses related with their cancer treatment. So it goes to local cancer patients, also for our neighbors in the CNMI. So they get a grant every 12 months, so long as they're going through active cancer treatment. So all the proceeds go to the foundation.
100% of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We, I think for 15 years, we celebrated our 15th year anniversary in September. So we've given over $3 million
Oh my goodness.
since
Wow.
our inception. And, you know, sadly the numbers have grown, but we're, you know, just grateful that we're able to make this contribution.
Yeah,
and,
make a difference.
You know, keep my grandfather's memory alive. You know, like I said, he was a very generous man. He loved Guam. And so I think, you know, it's just our way to kind of, you know, honor his memory and you know, like I said, with our slogan, I think it's also we are really humbled and take pride in the fact that we're able to do this for you know 15 plus years, and it's really just, I think, a testament to the, you know, this great community, because it's you know, Guam is good, and we really kind of facilitate the program on behalf of, you know, who donates, and it just goes directly back, like Eli said, to the cancer patients. So we're grateful, we're blessed to be able to continue to do it, and thanks to people like you who believe in us and support our mission. So
Definitely. So let's talk about the event a little bit more. You guys mentioned wine, beer, food. What can people expect from as far as the food details? Yeah.
I mean, it's an amazing event that what Jenny just said a couple minutes ago. But what I love about it, it's what Grandpa loved. I mean, he loved food, he loved company, he loved good, well put together events, and all the restaurant owners and also chefs, they just love to just donate their time and food, and I love that. They every year, a couple months before the event, they hit me up. You know, we're still in, count us in, and they're excited about it. And every single year, they just get better and better and better, and it's kind of like a unsaid competition between the restaurants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're trying to figure out what the other restaurant's making this year,
Like the
and they try to,
signature event,
and the food, it's top notch. I mean, they don't cut corners. You know, they make sure that they pair the wine with the food, and they're just creating amazing dishes for that night. You know, so
Wow, some specialty dishes.
yeah.
So some of them, I'm guessing, are brand new dishes that they're just bringing to the table as well.
Everyone except Guam barbecue, because people love their pochetta.
Okay.
If we don't have that on deck, people will get upset about it. But everyone every year changes it up. Like last year, I believe it was Mezcla that made fried lobster,
Wow.
sandwiches. So, and then you have, Crave, you have Doucet. I mean, there's so many different restaurants that really bring up that different level. And I think that when you have a hotel restaurant that wants to be participating in like the Doucet, you know that they've been there, they try the food, and they want to jump into the whole pool and try to create really good dishes for that event.
Yeah, it almost seems like it's become, definitely an event that everyone looks forward to, but everyone that calls this Guam home, even Doucet, who goes and joins in on that wants to be there.
Yeah, it's taking the pride. I mean, I'm not from Guam. I came here 25 years ago, and for me, it's not blood related to Grandpa, but by marriage I am, and him and I had an amazing relationship. So I love to make sure that we do a really good job, and the restaurant owners also as well too. I mean, they understand the importance of what we're doing. You don't have a lot of nonprofits that make 100% and give it right back, and we put our time and effort into it, and we build an event that really cultivates what we're all about, love of food, love of art, and love of Guam. And that's the only thing that I love every year. And I'm excited that this is our 10th year.
I was gonna say 10
Yeah,
years. Did
yeah.
you ever see it going this far or
No.
coming to this?
Well, when we think back about how it started, and I think initially it was the wine tasting and art show.
Yeah.
And it was that name for like
Yeah,
2 years.
yeah.
And like, you know what, this is really not.
Yeah, we
like,
gotta change it.
This is not like doing it justice. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't really fully represent what the event is. And you know, like Eli said, the food is just. I mean, it's not just food being donated. It's really the restaurant they send their staff. The presentation is just amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes we say that in and of itself is kind of like there's kind of an art component
Yeah,
there.
so there's probably art right there.
So
for
it's
sure.
really and then of course the wine is quality wine. It's definitely not a tasting. It's not a 3-ounce pour. It's something that people can you can really just enjoy endless glasses of wine and actually I forgot to mention too. This is the commemorative glass that comes with the
Beautiful
admission
glass.
ticket.
Wow.
So.
It's a nice big glass too.
So it's a fun event. I mean, it's definitely that's why we said that the wine tasting didn't that has a certain connotation, but I think it was really, I mean, it's a great party, and like my grandfather loved a good party, and he was a very social man, so it's a
But
place
you
to network.
feel them there with you, huh?
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
During
of course
it.
we do. Yeah,
Yeah.
and this year we don't know what the restaurants are doing. I keep calling
They
Lenny.
won't tell you
No, I
anything?
keep calling Lenny from Kitchen Lingo and Kudu, and I'm like, what are you making? He's like, just wait. So it's exciting. Like I said, every single table is different. All the wines pair up perfectly. These guys do a good job. And the guys at Midpack at IWS and Isla Beverage, they even step it up too. They bring in and fly in really good wines. These wines, they rate anywhere between 80 to 96%, on the rate chart for wines. So, you might be having a $30, $40 glass of wine,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, so that's the thing about this event, that it's pretty much everyone showing off what they can do, And at the end of the day, we have fun. Everyone drinks.
We're showing off what we can do. We're showing it off. We're trying here.
And everyone dresses up nice, and I mean, it's a really fun event. So.
Is there anything new this year that people can look forward to?
I think it was a concept that we tested last year. We really kind of started to outgrow. Before it was just in one showroom, which was the Hyundai showroom where Harley side is. At Cars Plus, they really kind of accommodated our growth, and it just got to the point where it was like, okay, we need to expand. So last year we experimented with the Jeep showroom also.
Okay.
We used about maybe half of it just to see. We didn't want to kind of lose the kind of continuity of the event and have two different kind of dynamics going on. But I think what happened was it was seamless. I mean, it was great. We had entertainment in both showrooms. People, freely went back and forth, and we had the beer in the Jeep showroom. So this year we're actually going to use the entire Jeep showroom. And of course, just special thank you to Cars Plus for really kind of letting us move in and move around the furniture. And they really, I mean, they
need to move
decorate the
this
place.
car.
They're great. I mean, so this year, it'll be, it's a 10th year. We're doing it big, fully, using all of both showrooms.
There's
Really
live
excited
entertainment
about it.
too?
In
Is
both
that-
showrooms.
In both
yes.
showrooms, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of what's new. I think anyone who came last year will see that we, it was still, a fun event in both rooms. You kind of got to pick and choose or, roam as you wish. So, I think that's new. Everything else, it's been working, so we're going to stick with it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we added the beer because there is a craft continuity of the beer drinking now. Everyone, there's a certain way of drinking it, different types of profiles. And this year we added Antigu. So we have Antigu, Guam Brewery, and then Lagunitas and Blue Moon will be there. But I've been to so many wine events, never been to a beer and wine. So this year is exciting because the beer side is going to be a lot bigger. So and everyone loved it last year. And even the restaurants, they want to definitely pair their food with the beer. So it's a whole different level now.
Wow. Where can people buy tickets if they want to? I'm like, I wish it was this weekend.
One more week. So
I know, we still have another.
So tickets are available at the EMC Cancer Foundation office in Agana, which is above Cup and Saucer, at Cars Plus, and then also at Two Lovers Point at the gift shop.
Okay, and how much are they?
Tickets are $125 each. Like I said, that comes with the commemorative glass and then unlimited wines and
Unlimited food.
And you get to come look at our artwork.
Yes, and an opportunity to bid on Adriana's
So this
piece.
gets framed, right?
Yes, so
Okay,
all our
so
pieces are professionally framed.
Okay.
We, of course, have a minimum bid of $50. The event is from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. So I think we end the auction usually at 9 just to be able to kind of, get everyone's pieces down and process all the, but it's like I said, it's a really fun night.
Fun event.
So for the,
No, everyone will leave full.
Everyone will
Have a
leave
great time.
good spirits, yeah, lively. I was gonna say, so as far as the foundation goes, this is your signature event, your annual event, your big one. What is it like to plan for something like this?
You know, I have to say we kind of have it. Sometimes I don't think it's a false sense of comfort, but we've done it.
We don't want to jinx anything.
The division of labor is kind of well established, so I think this or last year I think in October we started to send out solicitation letters. But like Eli said, sometimes the restaurants will be calling us. Sometimes I'll get people who have sponsored from year one, like, hey, when did I miss the letter? When is the event? I want to get tickets.
So they just want to come
people
back.
on Facebook asking, when are the tickets or when is the event this year? So, it's nice to have that response.
How do you feel having some of the same sponsors or even same participants as far as food goes that look forward to this and want to join in?
It's beautiful. I mean, I think 80% of the people that are participating this year have started 10 years ago, and you don't really see that. The funny thing is that we stress out. The restaurant, the wines, they're showing up. We want to make sure that the event's better every year. So, I've never been a part of an event that it's so easy to put together, really, because there's nothing but love behind it. And that's the thing, is because of the love of Grandpa, the love he had of Guam. And then for us, we want to make sure that a lot of these patients are taken care of and they're as comfortable as they can to go through that process. It's hard. We were there with Grandpa, and it's not the easiest thing when you see someone you love suffering like that. So for us, we put aside a lot of the things and just create and work this event with nothing but heart and love. So
I was reading on the website your mission statement prior to this, and I think I read that even the doctors marveled at your grandfather whenever he was in the hospital, just that how strong he was throughout the entire process.
Yeah. He was, and that was the thing too. So selfless that it was like, I want to make sure that everyone else is okay,
even though he was suffering.
Right, and it was
tough.
Like you really, he was a tough man. It was really, you didn't really kind of really get to see how much pain he was actually in because he was just so concerned about everyone else. That's what I'm saying. He was, just such a great man, and I think, even like at his funeral, just all the people that came, all the stories about, like him. Lending $100 to someone, or just things like his generosity. And that's why I said for us, I mean, really that's what it all comes down to, is that if we can continue, to honor his name and just kind of like, carry this on as, his memory, then it's just, I mean, that's really all that it's about. And
makes it
and
all
we're
worth
just
it.
grateful,
Yep.
And so blessed that, that people support it, that we're able to do it, because we couldn't do it without, this island and everyone, all the amazing people that kind of support us to get this done. So,
I just want to go back to Guam is Good. As far as, what did your grandfather love the most about Guam? I'm just wondering how he said that. Those were his final words. It's so beautiful.
Well, even I think the people, of course, but I mean, even just driving around. That was his thing, was to kind of to just cruise.
Yeah. I love doing that too.
Okay, we don't have highways and our freeways, but I mean, he still did it, and he was always, he was always in his car. And I think actually, this is kind of maybe a tangent, but Dave Delgado did a piece last year. And of course, he remembers my grandpa in his car watching the football games when these guys all played in the MFL league. So that was the thing. He was always, he was always driving around, taking everything out. But that was his thing, was to cruise.
The simple things, still make him smile.
He was a simple man. I mean, he had anything he wanted in this world. But he was a generous heart. I've known him, I think 13 years before he passed, and I grew to love him so much, and what I saw with him, I mean, I was the first male to date a female on his side of the family, so I got it, I got it.
I can only imagine.
But the amount of respect that I was able to earn from him, it was amazing, and like you said, he used to just love cruising, driving around. The love he had for Guam. It's just so hard to explain. I mean, he loved every single thing. He loved everything about Guam, the people of Guam. He took pride of this island. I used to fly with him, and they'll ask him about Guam, and he just smiled and just was so proud to speak about Guam. And until his last breath, and I was able to be there until the end of the journey, he wanted to come back home. He said, after this is all, done, bring me back home. Bury me home. And for me, when you look at a man like that was worrying about his family instead of his illness, was worrying about after everyone was situated, bring me back home. I mean, it just, it's.
I know, I'm like chills again.
It is.
Oh my goodness.
And for me, being an outsider, the how much I love him and how much I respect him. I mean, you see how he was with the kids and my wife's stories about when they were kids, and I mean, he was just an amazing father, grandfather, uncle, boss to a lot of people, and friend. I mean, you just can't say anything bad about the guy.
A lot of love.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why the event is in March?
Yes, that's actually he's born March 8th is his birthday.
Oh, okay.
So we typically try to do it, in March, just to honor, his memory, his life, really celebrate his life, and like you mentioned earlier. I mean, we definitely do feel him in the room. It's just he was a very social man, had so many friends, was great at throwing parties, and I think you definitely feel that, and it's just it's a blessing for us, and we're extremely humbled to be able to continue to do it for a good cause, in his memory, and we like to think, I think that's how we as a family survive this process of planning something massive like this, and sticking together, but working together, and we do that as well, because he was very, family was very important to him. Keeping everyone together was very important to him. So it's tough to kind of tackle an event like this, but like I said, it's also our time to be together and make it happen, and do it for him. So, so that's a blessing in and of itself.
Of course, beautiful, well said. Wow. Well, is there anything else you guys want to highlight on before we head out of here?
I guess if I could just kind of thank our sponsors.
Of course, yes.
Like I said,
10 years running, a lot of them are coming back.
Yeah, and we have a lot of the same ones every year, so we're so grateful for that. So, Cars Plus, of course.
Yes.
Bank of Guam, Calvo Enterprises, the KUAM Care Force, Calvo's Insurance, Calvo Fisher and Jacob, Island Wines and Spirits, Island Beverage Distributors, Pacific Trading Company, Paradise Fitness, Kloppenberg Enterprises, Pacific Daily News, TAN Holdings, CU Holdings, Matson, Bank of Saipan, IP&E, PHR Ken Micronesia, and Royal Bix.
And also the restaurants, we want to thank for supporting us for the last 10 years. Spike Coffee, Guam Barbecue, Crave, Doucet, Boca Box, Picas, Kitchen Lingo, Kudu, Mescla, Micronesia Brokers, Payless. Am I forgetting anybody else? Onadera, of course, the Onaderas. These guys, we didn't ask them. They offered years ago to donate some of the meat, and again, they've heard stories about Grandpa, and that's another company that doesn't want any acknowledgement, but we have to. We have to,
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, again, that's it. That's it, right? But it's gonna be a fun time. Make sure and come there. Drink a little bit of water. Get ready to eat, get ready to drink, and get ready to bid on these artwork, like right here.
Like this one.
Right here.
Remember this
photo.
Sunset to moonrise, Guam is good.
When I first seen it, I was like, but when I heard the story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think I should write something up on it.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
It is the simple things, right? And that's what
But that's what he talks about.
Guam.
That's what he talks about. That's what makes Guam,
And it's what, I don't know, that's what I love about it. I love about these islands.
So for me, this is a Picasso now.
Oh, wow.
Just because of the story.
Wow.
So.
That's on record too.
It's on record. Of course.
But yes, okay, well, I'm looking forward to it. We'll say the date one more time, March 14th.
Yes, March 14th.
And tickets are still available.
Yes, tickets are available. So March 14th, Saturday, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Cars Plus MIT. So 21 and over, of course. Everyone, please come and support. And we look forward to seeing everybody there.
And if you win this beautiful artwork, she'll sign it and take a picture.
Yes, I will. Definitely.
And cut a piece of her hair.
I don't know about all that, but sign it to a picture for sure. Well, thank you guys for coming on here. And thank you for hosting an event like this. It's beautiful.
Thank you for participating.
I'm sure Grandpa's looking down on you guys right now.
And Guam is good.
And Guam is good. And thank you all for watching. I'm Adriana Catero for The Greater Good.